this afternoon with my awesome group of yoga teacher trainees. We're gonna do a 90-minute inversion and arm balance practice, kind of workshop style, so we'll break stuff down, get a little flow in between. This is more of an intermediate class, so I'm gonna give you some ways to get into different arm balances and inversions. Feel free to stop at each level, build some strength, build some flexibility, and then if you'd like to go further, you're always welcome to. But be sure to listen to your body. So take breaks. I'm sure these guys will keep me honest. Drop into child's pose, roll out your wrists whenever you need. Cool? All right, we're gonna start in a child's pose. Knees can be together or wide. Relax your forehead down to a block or to the ground. Arms can be out in front or around toward your feet if that feels comfortable. And really check in here today. Notice how you feel this afternoon. What your energy level is like after lunch, if you've digested enough to do some of this stuff. And start to take deep breaths in and out of your nose. Creating that connection, body and mind, through your breath. Using your Ujjayi victorious breath to start to warm up your body. Inversions and arm balances can be really fun, so I invite you to have fun with this today. Not take yourself so seriously. If you want to try something, try it. If you don't feel ready for it, feel free to stay where you're comfortable. But also know that it's just a pose. No big deal if you fall out. If you try it and it doesn't work exactly how you'd like. There's always the next practice and always time to build some more strength and flexibility into some of these poses. Reach your hands as far as you can to your right. Let your hips lean a little bit to your left and try to breathe some space into your ribs, your intercostal muscles between your ribs, and into your waist and your hip, lengthening through your sides. And stretch your hands all the way to the other side. Left, lean your hips a little bit right. Same thing. Finding length. Breathing and stretching. Bring it back to center. Inhale to a tabletop, hands and knees. And spread your fingers, stack your shoulders above your wrists, your hips above your knees, and just notice how your wrists feel this afternoon. What's happening in your body? You can move some weight forward and back or do a cow and a cat. Start to warm up your spine. Some circles. If you feel like you want to do some little wrist stretches or already start to work some mobility into your wrists, you can start by turning your fingers back, thumbs out to the sides. Nice. And maybe see what that feels like. Some circles there. A lot of arm balances take a lot of wrist strength, so at any point you feel like they're getting weak or achy, take a break. You can always go back to that child's pose. Fingertips come back forward if you flip them. And then if you want even more of a wrist stretch, and we'll do a nice stretch at the end, so no need to push it now, you can flip palms up, fingers back to kind of stretch through the front side. And then switch the other hand or even both at the same time. Come back onto your palms flat, spread your fingers, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog, adho mukha svanasana. Really the first inversion of this practice, your head is below your heart, you're getting some nice fresh oxygen to your brain, some good blood flow. Feel free to move around what's happening in your legs, what's happening through your spine, your shoulders. Starting to build up some upper body strength by pressing into your hands and holding your body weight on your hands. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or lightly hop up toward the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in, long spine. Exhale, fold, relax your head and your neck. Nice breath. Inhale, reach arms to the sky, stand tall. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach up to the sky, vrksasana, upward salute. Pardon me, exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips, navel to spine takes you down. Halfway lift, breathe in, shoulders out of your ears. Exhale, hands down, step back to a high plank upper push-up, and then gently lower your knees to the ground, so a modified plank. Shift forward a little bit, inhale. Lower all the way to your belly, hug your elbows to your ribs, exhale, chaturanga all the way down. Beautiful, 3 cobras, flip onto the tops of your feet, inhale to lift your heart, shoulders back. Exhale, lower down, starting to build a little bit of back bending, inhale to lift. Use the muscles around your spine to lift, nice. Exhale, lower. And on this last one, just see if you can hover your hands off the ground. Release down, press back to child's pose, hips to heels, balasana. Take a breath in through your nose, let it out through your mouth. One more, breathe in, and let it out. Inhale, tabletop, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop up toward your hands. Halfway lift, long spine, breathe in. Exhale, fold, relax everything down to the ground. Rise to standing, arms to the sky, inhale. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, open arm twist to your right. Right hand back, left arm forward. Try to keep your hip bones pointing forward. We're gonna stay for a breath in and a breath out. Back to center, inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to your left. Left hand back, right arm forward. Keep breathing, keep drawing your left hip forward. So a gentle twist, still early. Exhale. Back to center, inhale, arms to the sky. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, step back, high plank, upper push-up. You're welcome to stay with your knees lifted or come back to that modified plank position for a little bit more support. Take an inhale, shift forward. Chaturanga, exhale either halfway or all the way down. Up dog or cobra as you breathe in. Beautiful, downward facing dog as you breathe out. So inversions challenge our sense of balance, stability, fear. Give us a new, different perspective. So see if you can keep it light and playful as we flow today. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Try 3 little hops as you exhale. Look in front of your hands. Imagine kicking your feet to your butt and coming toward a handstand. Nice. We'll land at the top of your mat, forward fold. Awesome. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, release down. Rise back to standing, inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, open arm twist to your right, right hand back, left arm forward. Inhale, center arms high. Exhale, open arm twist left. Back up, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Step or hop back through your vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, or straight back to down dog or a child's pose if your body's starting to say, hey, I need to conserve a little bit of energy right now. So Sundays are really nice ways to warm up your body. That little flow we've been doing. Feeling a little bit of heat. The first arm balance we're gonna do is a crow pose. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop your feet behind your hands. Halfway lift, find some length. And exhale, fold, release down. So a couple options, if you have a block, and most of us do, you guys can play with this. We're gonna try finding a crow pose standing on our block. So you can bring it to the back of your mat. Come to standing, both feet on your block, and then bring your hands to the ground in front of you. Spread your fingers really wide. So this is a lot of wrist and hand strength. Yep, you're gonna tuck your knees as high as you can into your armpits. We're all gonna be a little different flexibility. Bend your elbows like chaturanga arms, and then shift some weight into your fingers. Lift navel to spine, look forward, and see if you can lift one foot off your block, maybe the other, maybe both feet. And that block just gets your feet a little bit higher. Nice, Louise, look forward. There you go. Come down as you need to. Awesome. You can slide the block out of the way, find a forward fold, top of your mat or wherever you are. Lift halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold, let it go. Rise to standing, inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, chair pose, sit low. Exhale, open arm twist in your chair to your right. Right hand back, left arm forward. Stay for a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, open arm twist left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, back to center. Forward fold, exhale, hinge from your hips. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step or hop back through your chaturanga, up dog, or cobra, or straight back to downward facing dog, or a child's pose. Bring your big toes together so they touch behind you. Reach your right leg to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, round through your upper back. Feel your core strength, bring it in. Nice, inhale, reach your leg to the sky. Exhale, try to tap your right elbow or shoulder, bring it really high. Inhale, back to center, extend. Exhale, cross to your left, and we're gonna take a fallen triangle. Extend your leg off to the side of your mat, pivot your left heel down, and reach your left arm to the sky. So sort of like a modified side plank. You got some weight on both feet, nice. Breathe, a little bit of a twist. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hand down, hug your right knee in, and find your way back to a down dog splits. Open up your hip, bend your knee. Find a little bit of movement. You can draw some circles, roll your ankle. If you're moving, move in both directions. Extend your leg long, breathe in. Exhale, step between your hands. Take your left knee all the way down to the ground. Both arms to the sky, inhale. Sink a little deeper into your hips as you exhale. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Lift your navel toward your spine. Find that Uddiyana Bandha, that fly lock or navel engagement. One more inhale. Exhale, left hand down to the ground inside your foot, right arm to the sky for a twist. You're welcome to stay there. Left hand can always come to a block to bring the ground a little higher. If you want to get into a quad stretch, your right hand can reach back for your left foot. If there's enough space right now and openness to find your foot, or even reach in that direction. Awesome, Melody. So everyone's body works a little different, is built a little differently. Honor that. Honor your breath and where you are right now. It may be different from day to day. Release your hand down. Lift your back knee off the ground. Take an inhale, look forward. Exhale toward a standing splits. Press into your right foot. Take your left leg to the sky. Feel that stretch in the back of your right leg. You might feel it in your calf, in your hamstrings. You can look straight down, or you can release your chin toward your chest to relax your neck. If you want to play with balance, try bringing your hands to your ankle. Yeah, Audrey. Beautiful. Release your hand and let your left foot come to the ground next to your right. Forward fold. Halfway lift to breathe in. Exhale, release down. Rise to standing, arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, chair pose. Sit low, Utkatasana. Exhale, open arm twist to your right, right hand back, left arm forward. Back to center, inhale. Open arm twist left, exhale. Inhale, reach back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. And then your choice if you want to find your way or how to find your way to downward facing dog through a vinyasa. Or maybe you take your crow pose, bakasana, knees to your triceps and play with stepping or hopping back. That's it, Morgan. So if you want to play with the hop back to chaturanga, the key is to land with your elbows bent to absorb some of the shock. So you're not jostling your spine too much. And if it needs to be a step, it's a step back. Beautiful, Chris. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. Again, breathe in. Let it out. Big toes together behind you. Left leg to the sky. Inhale, down dog splits. Lift through your heel. Exhale, knee to nose. Use your core, round your upper back to draw your knee in. Inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, tap your left elbow or shoulder. Back up, breathe in. Exhale, cross it to your right elbow or shoulder and find fallen triangle. Extend your foot off your mat, pivot to your right heel, reach your right arm to the sky. Keep breathing. One more inhale. See if you can exhale, take it to tiger, hand down, left knee into your chest, and then reach your left leg to the sky, down dog splits, breathe in. Open up your hip, bend your knee, create a little bit of movement, some circles in your hip or through your ankle. Extend your leg long, inhale. Exhale, step forward between your hands and lower your right knee all the way down to the ground. Reach both arms to the sky, breathe in. Use your exhale to settle in. Let your hips sink a little closer to the ground while you're still staying engaged. So still drawing your right hip forward, left back. Yeah, wrist circles here are really great if you're feeling your wrists. Lift your belly button to your spine, relax your shoulders. Keep breathing. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand down to the ground or to your block, left arm to the sky for an easy twist. Option to stay here. If you played on the other side, you might want to find a quad stretch or hip flexor stretch. Left hand can reach for your back foot. Never forcing it. Just noticing if it's there. Sometimes one side's tighter, right? We talked about that side. I'm thinking step by step. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't worry about what happened before. Try and stay right in this moment with your breath, with where your body is allowing you to go. Hand down if it's lifted, or if you have your foot released, lift your back knee, inhale, look forward. Exhale to standing splits, right foot toward the sky. So feel where you're feeling this stretch, where you feel this sensation. And either stay, relax your head, chin toward your chest, lengthen through the back of your neck, or maybe look down for a little bit more balance, stability, and play with finding hands to your ankle to challenge that balance and your sense of stability. One more inhale. Release your hands if they're floating. Exhale, feet together, top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, long spine, shoulders out of your ears. Exhale, fold, release your head and neck down. Rise to standing, arms to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Come on to your tippy toes. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, see if you can keep your heels lifted and drop all the way down toward a toe squat. You might snap, crackle, pop on the way down, maybe just me, and find your balance here. So this is step one of how we're gonna set up side crow. If you'd like to play with the side crow, hands come down to the ground in front of you. Turn your knees first to the left, so your right thigh comes parallel to the short edge of your mat. My trick is to use both of my elbows, so I bring one toward my knee, my right elbow toward my hip. See if you can lean forward, kind of lift your butt and drop it onto your elbows, your triceps. Look forward to start to float your feet. So even if the arm balance isn't happening, beautiful Louise, you're finding the twist. If you can, you kind of lift up your butt, drop it onto your right elbow, or if you want to be a badass, try it on one elbow. So good, Alex. And think of reaching your chest forward, looking more forward. So the direction you look is the direction you're going to go. Bring it back to your little toe squat. Back to center, knees face forward, and try it in the opposite direction. Knees to your right, so your left thigh is parallel to the short edge of your mat. If you want a little bit more space, you can really accentuate that twist. I like palms flat. I lift my butt, bend my elbows, and use my left elbow to drop my hip. Look forward with my chin, my chest, and begin to float toes off the ground. That's it, Jen. Yeah, Morgan. Nice, Louise, yeah. You can also use that little block trick, right? So you can always place your feet on a block, and then they're already a little higher to get into your side crow. We're gonna rest in a child's pose. Once you've played with both sides, find your way back. If you wanna try it, we can do it. You totally don't have to. Cool.
Thank you.
And in your child's pose, either bring your hands back toward your feet, let your shoulders relax, roll through your wrists, or if you want a tricep stretch, palms together, bend your elbows and bring your hands to the back of your head. You can shimmy your elbows a little bit forward. Get a little bit more into your triceps and your shoulders. Come back to your breath. Let go of what just happened or what didn't happen. And visualize yourself, imagine seeing yourself in that arm balance or inversion that you really want to get or that you've seen and looks so cool. See if you can make it happen in your head. See yourself doing it. That'll make it a lot easier when we try and do it. Bring your hands down to the ground in front of you. Lift to tabletop, hands and knees. Draw your knees together to touch and take your right leg behind you like you're stamping your foot into a wall. Lift your belly button, lengthen your spine, shoulders out of your ears. Try floating your left arm out in front. Stay there or bend your knee, reach back for your foot. And you can either bring your foot pretty close to your butt for more of a stretch or kick back to kind of open up through your shoulder, front side of your chest a little bit. Release your foot if you have it. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower your hand and knee and switch. Opposite side. Left leg back, right arm forward. Find the stability deep within. Stay or bend your knee, hold onto your foot. Draw it in for more of a stretch or kick more of a stretch through your thigh or kick back for more of a stretch through your shoulder and chest. Release your foot if you have it. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower it down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. Again, breathe in and breathe it out. Back to your Ujjayi nose breath for 2 rounds. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop up toward your hands. Halfway lift, long spine, breathe in. Fold, exhale, release down. Rise to standing, arms to the sky. Inhale. Palms together in front of your heart. Exhale. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips. Halfway lifts, breathe in. Exhale, step or hop back through Vinyasa Chaturanga Up Dog. You can always take Crow to Chaturanga. So as we add on, feel free to come back to those arm balances we've done before. We'll meet in Downward Facing Dog. And then we'll try lowering both forearms at the same time. If it's not happening totally cool, drop one and then the other to a dolphin. If you can, press into your fingers, lift both forearms off the mat at the same time. If not totally cool, one and then the other. And then we'll keep moving like that. Take an inhale and down dog. Exhale, lower your forearms either together or separately. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Just one more. Child's pose is our break, so when you need it, take it. Yeah, knees down, hips back. Take a moment to reset. Notice what's happening with your shoulders. And either hang out in child's pose, or if you want to play with a little forearm stand, pincha mayurasana, we're going to move back into dolphin, so down dog on your forearms. Take as much time as you need, right? If your shoulders or wrists are talking to you, you don't have to move there right away. Notice what's happening with your elbows. Most of us tend to be pretty wide, so see if you can walk your elbows in a little bit closer. A nice way to measure is to come to hands and knees. Hold on to opposite elbows, and then just adjust your hands in front so they're parallel. Nice, Melody. And that provides some structural support. Elbows are stacked below shoulders, so you're not just using all muscles to lift yourself up. Start by letting your head relax between your arms. Lift your shoulders out of your ears. Find that engagement. Beautiful. Stay there, or child's pose when you need a break. Yep. And then if you can make your way a little bit closer with your feet, you can lift one leg to the sky. Notice what's happening with your hamstrings. We haven't done a ton of stretching, so if you're not there yet, it's cool. Maybe lift the other leg to the sky. If you want to try with moving upside down, for me it really helps to look between my forearms. Beth, I'll give you a spot if you want. Sure. And think of kicking your leg up, just one, the other follows. That's it. Squeeze your inner thighs. When you need to come down, this leg is free. Feel free to release it down. So teachers, as you're spotting, don't trap your students. They always have one leg free to release. Sometimes you want to kick the other one down, right? Give yourself a break as you need it. And then try the other side. Usually one side is going to feel a little bit more comfortable or natural. So it might just be starting lifting your leg to the sky. What's happening with your hamstrings? You can walk your feet in really close. You can look a little bit more forward. That's it. This side may be funky. Kick up. Beautiful. And then I have just one of her legs, so she's free to come down when she needs to. This leg, there you go. Press it back to child's pose. You're most welcome. This one's a lot on your shoulders, so hands back around toward your feet can feel good. Release your shoulders. Nice, Chris. Yeah. In general, most of the time you're going upside down, a headstand, a forearm stand, a handstand. The more control you can have and the more you can think of lifting up through your legs, the better. So instead of a kick up, it's really starting to reach one foot up and let the other follow. I like to do a little thread the needle after a forearm stand because it feels good on my shoulders. So we'll make our way back to hands and knees. If child's pose is where you need to stay a little bit longer, stay there. Reach your right arm to the sky. Roll your wrist a couple times. Inhale. Exhale, thread to your left. Drop onto your shoulder. Let your head come to the ground or to a block. Left hand can stay, stretch in front, or wrap around your back. So also finding those counter stretches for everything, right? To stretch out, open up, release. Slowly wake your way back out. Press into your left hand. Right arm reaches out and up. Breathe in. Exhale, lower it down. We'll get to some funky stuff there, Mark. I know where you're going. Left arm to the sky. Inhale, roll your wrists a couple times. Exhale, thread to your right, drop to your shoulder. You can kind of think of tucking your chin gently to your chest. Right arm can stay, stretch in front, or wrap around your back. Keep breathing. Awesome. Slowly unwind, press down into your right hand. Unthread your left arm out and up. Breathe in. Exhale, release it down. Downward facing dog. If at any point this is too much, take your child's pose, take shavasana. It's already been a good 30 minutes, so no need to push stuff. Big toes together. Reach your right leg to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, tap your right elbow or shoulder. Hold it there. Take a breath in. Keep holding, breathe out. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, tap your left elbow or shoulder. Hold, take an inhale. Keep holding, take an exhale. Inhale, down dog splits, leg to the sky. Exhale, step forward between your hands. Crescent lunge, rise all the way up. Back knee is totally awesome on the ground. Palms together in front of your heart. Exhale. Take a breath in, find some more length. And exhale, twist to your right. Hook your left elbow outside your right knee. Another option for this is the hand down like we did before. So left hand down, right arm up. Think of lengthening through your spine, whichever version you take, and draw your shoulders out of your ears. Yeah, knee down for me is more stability in my hips, my low back. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hands inside your foot. If your back knee is down, lift it. We're gonna turn to our left for prasarita. So we're gonna turn our toes in, heels slightly out. Make sure you're not head to butt with your neighbor. Lift halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold, release. So getting into the back of our legs, creating a little bit more openness. This is a place we can take into tripod headstand. If your head is reaching close to the ground already, you might take it there. If not, feet can always go a little bit wider, pardon me. And if you want to spot, Morgan, you want me to spot you? Yeah, you can totally do that. So the trick with a tripod headstand is you're really making a tripod. Make sure your head goes in front of your hands and not in line with your hands. Yeah, you can totally do it like that. So Morgan's gonna get in with her knees on her triceps, making that tripod first instead of going from a straddle. And then she's gonna lift her hips over her shoulders, legs to the sky. You got Chris and Mark in one. You can bring your legs a little bit closer to me. There you go. Keep pressing into your hands. See if you can draw your shoulders out of your ears even more. Keep breathing wherever you are. It's still important. That's it, Jen. No rush. We got another side too. So we'll come back here. If you're ready to come down, you can slowly make your way down the way you came up. Yeah. Do you want to spot, Beth?
Oh, no, that's okay.
Okay, good. Back into prasarita, feet wide. We're going to turn toward the front of our mat. Right toes point forward. Bend your right knee, lift your left heel. Take a low lunge. Breathe in. Exhale, standing splits. Breathe out. Press into your right foot, left leg to the sky. So same options as before, finding balance, hands to your ankle. If you want to play with handstand, instead of kicking up, we're going to plant our palms way in front. See if you can lean your shoulders past your wrists, so really putting weight into your fingertips. And just reach your left leg up, let your right leg hover off the ground like an L. So rather, yes, Melody, rather than thinking of kick, kick, finding that lift, look way forward in front of your hands. I'll help you if you want it, that's it. Draw your ribs in, and one foot down, yeah. Land at the top of your mat when you're over it. Feet together, beautiful. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, rise to standing arms to the sky. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, chair pose, vrksasana. Try to sit low. Feet can be together or about hip distance. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Find some length, inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna twist to our right. So left elbow hooks outside your right hip. If that's comfortable, if not, you can do the open arm twist we did before. Try to sit a little deeper with your butt. Make sure your knees are still glued together, or you can have that block. You can open your arms. If you want to play with your side crow from here, come into a little squat again. One or both elbows supports your thigh. Lean forward and begin to float your feet. Our rest pose is forward fold, so go there when you need it. Nice, ladies. And then you can play with moving into koundinyasana, like Mark is doing in the back, extending your right leg straight and your left leg behind you. Will land in a forward fold. We're gonna feel a little uneven. We haven't done a deep twist in our left, so we're not gonna go left there. So if you need to shake out or move around a little pedal, feel free. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Find your way to downward facing dog. Big toes together, left leg to the sky, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Awesome breath. Inhale, lift your leg high. Exhale, tap your left elbow or shoulder. Hold for an inhale. Stay, hold for your exhale. Inhale, leg high. So really working obliques. Exhale, cross your knee to your right elbow or shoulder. Same thing, hold. Breathe in. Keep holding, breathe out. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, step forward between your hands. Rise, crescent lunge, back knee can totally come down. Palms together to your heart as you exhale. Create length through your spine. So imagine someone's pulling the string on the top of your head up, breathe in. Exhale, twist to your left, hook your right elbow outside your left knee. So for me, it really helps to press my palms in, think of turning my heart to my thumbs. Back knee down is nice and stable through your low back. You can always drop your right hand inside your foot or open up, right arm outside your foot. Try 2 more full breaths. Really lengthen, inhale. Twist deeper, exhale. 1 more. Release your hands down inside your left foot. Lift your back knee if it's down and turn to your right for your prasarita. Adjust your feet, toes slightly in, heels slightly out, a wide leg forward fold. Lift halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold, release, sit down. So option again here to go into headstand. You could do tripod if your head comes down. You could play with forearms down for a supported headstand, sirsasana. If you want to do a forearm stand or a chin stand from here, there's some funky ways to get into that too. So forearm stand, if you've got the openness, your forearms drop, your legs move out and up. For a chin stand, your elbows are going to make a little shelf for your chest and your chin is going to reach forward toward the ground. You want to try that? And then legs move out and up. So Chris is going to demonstrate chin stand or how to get into it. Think of reaching your chin forward. It's a little bit of pressure. Yeah. Breathe, breathe, breathe. He's using all these strong back muscles to lift and engage. And maybe he can float his chin off the ground just a bit. Yes! And then legs back out and down as he's ready to stop. So that's a version of peacock mayurasana. Nice job. Try 2 more breaths wherever you are. Breathe some more space into your hamstrings, your inner thighs. And then we'll turn to the top of our mat. Left toes point forward, bend your left knee, lift your right heel, inhale. Exhale, standing splits, right leg to the sky. Sometimes one leg is more open than the other, actually always, usually I should say. So if you played with balance on the other side, you might feel that it's appropriate on this side, or playing with those handstand or L hop-ups, or it might feel like, nope, not happening here. For the L hop-ups, handstand prep, palms come down. You really lean past your wrists so your shoulders go forward. For me, it helps to pick a spot on the ground about 12 inches forward to look at. One leg up, and the other just barely hovers off the ground until you build a little bit more strength to hold in an L and the core strength to lift your bottom leg. Visualize yourself in your handstand. So think straight right leg. This one's gonna feel funky. Yep, that's it. You might find a moment of hover, a little bit more control going up or down than you previously had. Nice, Beth. I got you if you want it. Yes! When you're done, forward fold, top of your mat, let it go. Reach for opposite elbows, heel toe your feet a little bit wider than hip distance, ragdoll variation, and sway a little side to side. Release your hands down, bring your feet back together, either hip distance or big toes touch. We're moving to chair pose. So inhale, halfway lift for some length first. Exhale, fold. I kind of tricked you, Chris. And then inhale, chair. There we go. Utkatasana, find your length. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Stay, inhale. Exhale, twist left, right elbow outside your left knee. So first a peek down, what's happening with your knees? Do you want that block between your thighs if you did it on the other side? Do you want to play with the side crow? You can bring your hands down, keep your butt a little bit lifted, or move into a squat. One or both elbows supports your left thigh. Yeah, maybe you guys stagger a little bit up there. And you can play. Forward fold is our break. Feel free to go there as you like. If you're trying the arm balance, see if you can extend your bottom leg toward the front of your mat and your top leg straight back behind you for a koundinyasana version, or both legs stacked. Sometimes that's even harder, out to the side for a more extended side crow. So heels forward, yes, 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 yes. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Forward fold is our release. Nice control. You good? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jen. Yeah, Chris. That's it. Think of energy through your toes when you're reaching your legs, through your heels. Forward fold, let it go. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider than hip distance, somewhere between that and the edge of your mat. Turn your toes out, your heels in, and sink into a squat malasana. Palms together in front of your heart, lengthen through your spine, slide your shoulders out of your ears. So this is a nice place to stay. You can come back to a forward fold or a seat on your butt. I like to move around. You see a couple of them shifting, right? Find some movement here. This is also a place to play with crow pose, bakasana. Maybe crow to a headstand. If you want to scoot back on your mat a little bit, you barely lift your feet off the ground if you're doing that one. Tuck your chin into your chest so the crown of your head comes down. And most of us want to be a little bit too far forward on our head, so it's more like our forehead. See if you can really come to the top of your head, and I'll show you how to know where that is pretty soon. I gotcha. Yep. Squeeze your inner thighs, legs straight, breathe. Press into your hands, lift your shoulders out of your ears. Nice. Child's pose is your break. Take as much time as you need to get there. That's it, Morgan. And then Jen, if you want to try coming down back to crow, you can draw your knees to your triceps. See if you can roll onto your forehead. Chris is going to do it. And then lift off the mat. Breathe, 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 breathe. Yes! So good. Child's pose. Give yourself a little break. Roll out your wrists. Or do that prayer tricep stretch. Anything else that sounds right, feels good. So with headstand, most of us want to be too far forward, like I said. If you think about taking your thumb to the top of your nose and then bring your middle finger to the top of your head, that's sort of the right spot. So if you're down, you can't really see me. I should tell you to lift your head and bring one hand, it doesn't matter which, to the top of your nose and your ring finger to your head. That's sort of where you want to be for your headstand. So really stretch. Yep, oh no, top of your nose. So bridge of your nose, I should say, not top of your nose. And then ring finger to the crown of your head, kind of right on top. So yeah, some of us it's a little bit further. You might feel a little bit of a flat spot there. It's good if you have a headband right below your headband or right behind it. If you have a high bun or high pony, it might be in the way. You guys good? You ready to move on a little bit? Cool. Let's do tabletop hands and knees. A few rounds of cow and cat to neutralize, reset, find some movement through your spine. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips to the sky. And spread your feet wide to the outside edges of your mat. We'll take a down dog twist. Hands can always come closer to your feet. Reach your right hand somewhere on your left leg. It might be your ankle, it might be your calf, it might be your thigh. Just watch you're not pulling your knee joint. Imagine looking up and underneath your left arm. Feel your spine getting longer. Whoop, you good? Slippy mat. And then switch sides. I won't let you fall, I promise. Left hand's to your right leg. And release your hand. Big toes together to touch. Right leg to the sky, breathe in. Knee to nose, breathe out. Inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right elbow or shoulder. Hold for a couple of breaths. If you want to play with here, coming into koundinyasana 2 hurdler's pose. For me, it helps to tuck my left elbow into my ribs, reach my chest forward, chin forward. See if you can float your back foot. Nice, Alex. It's not always obvious for everyone. We'll play with getting into this different ways. Back to down dog splits, right leg high. Exhale, just a tap to your left elbow or shoulder. Inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, step between your hands, right foot forward. Rise, crescent lunge, inhale. Open to warrior 2, exhale. Kind of settle into your warrior 2. So if it's helpful to straighten out your right leg and then sink back in, get into your hips a little bit deeper. Do that. Notice where your right knee is going, ideally above your ankle, but not rolling in or out. So find that stability through your joint, relax your shoulders. We'll take an inhale, reverse warrior, stretch up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, lift your back heel so you're in a low lunge, and then heel toe your right foot out so you're in a runner's lunge, right hand inside your foot. So this is gonna get into your hips and your low back a little bit more, front of your left thigh. Back knee can totally drop. It can be nice to rock a little forward and back on your foot, kind of find a stretch and some movements. Forearms down if you're flexible enough for that. Or if you feel like you've got enough opening to play with your koundinyasana hurdler's pose, koundinyasana 2 from here, we can start to play. For me, it helps to lift my front foot off the mat first, either bending it back or extending it forward, and then think of making the shelf, chaturanga arms, chest forward. I drop my ribs on my elbows and float my back foot. So the more that you stay engaged and lengthen, yep, hands down, lift your front foot first. Tuck your back toes. Lean forward, Jen, you got it, look forward. And this is where being close to the ground is super challenging. Grab your neighbor's block and practice hands on your block so you've got a little bit more space. If it's too much, don't do it. You want 2 black blocks? Or you want the corpse?
Oh, sure.
And then tuck your back toes, lift your back knees so you're lifted. Try with straight arms first to lift your front foot. Yep, and then bend your elbows, lean forward, look forward, chin forward, and I'm just barely gonna lift your back foot. Breathe, 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 toes down, nice. Child's pose is your break. Yeah, let's take a little rabbit pose to get into your upper back. That looks nice, Chris. So, hands back toward your feet. Lift your torso off your thighs a little bit. Tuck your chin to your chest and drop the top of your head to the ground in front of your knees. Keep hold of your heels as you gently rock onto the top of your head and puff your upper back. Send the space between your shoulders forward. Find a stretch there. To release its child's pose as you're ready for it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. If your body is saying, I'm done, honor that. Stay here a little bit longer. You can always catch up. Big toes together. Left leg to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, tap your left elbow or shoulder. You can stay or try your hurdler's pose from there. Think of reaching your chest forward. Hug your right elbow into your body. Look forward. That's it, Morgan. Reach, reach, reach through your toes. Nice. Back to down dog splits. Yeah, laugh. No big deal, right? Left leg high. Exhale, step forward between your hands. Crescent lunge. Rise up. Breathe in. Bless you. Open to warrior two. Breathe out. Take some time to settle in here. Bend and straighten your front knee. Feel what's happening in your hips, in your legs, in your shoulders. Reverse warrior, inhale, stretch up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Low lunge toward your runner's lunge. So heel toe your left foot out to the side. Bring your left hand inside. Back heel is lifted. Stay there, drop your back knee, move around, rock it forward and back, or come onto your forearms if you find a little bit more space. Feel free to stay in any of those positions. Or if you played with hurdler's pose from here, you might try it on this side. So yeah, the more you stay lifted off your back knee, the easier it's gonna be. I start straight arms. See if you can lift your front foot off the ground with straight arms. So even if it has to bend out to the side a little bit or float out to the side, perfect. And then bend your elbows, reach your chest forward. Think of your ribs bending or resting on your elbows. There you go. Chin forward, look forward. Back foot is light. Breathe, 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 breathe. Yeah. That's it, Beth. You got it. You want me to lift your foot on this side? We always hold our breath, so see if you can breathe through it. Sweet. Child's pose is your rest. If that rabbit pose felt good, just stretch through your upper back, shoulders. You can take that here again. If a thread the needle is nice, take that. That's it, Jen. Yes. Play around, right? The more you practice, the easier it's going to be. But if you practice when you're tired or already sore, it's going to be a little bit more challenging than if you're fresh and full of energy. Stay here if you need this rest a little bit longer. If you're ready, hands and knees tabletop to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Try 3 little hops to handstand. As you exhale, kick your feet to your butt, launch your butt above your shoulders, and then draw your ribs in. Yes, reach up more through your feet. Top of your mat, forward fold. Try to hinge your butt toward me, hips toward me, feet toward the back of your mat. Nope, other way. Yep, slow, 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 slow. Keep going nice and slow. Feet down, feet down, feet down like an L. There you go, beautiful. Is that good? Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, release, sit down. Rise to standing arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Shift your weight to your right foot. Bring your left foot up for your tree pose. Inside your ankle, your calf, your thigh. Coming back to something a little bit more simple. Working on balance, stability, which is always important in arm balances and inversions. Steady eyes help. And notice how where you look changes this pose for you. Your drishti, your gaze. Find your breath again in your tree pose. Keep your legs strong, your core strong, and reach up through the top of your head. Make your way to a figure 4. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh with your knee pointing out to the side. Send your hips back like you're sitting into chair pose. You're welcome to stay here, play with your balance, enjoy a nice hip stretch, or eventually work your elbows to your lifted shin or your hands toward your right ankle. If you like even more of a hip stretch, you can bring your right hand to the sole of your left foot and your left hand toward the ground. Feel free to take it to a forward fold as you're ready. That's where we're going to meet. or if you want to play with the arm balance, we'll move into flying pigeon or galavasana. Bring both of your hands to the ground in front of your shin, bend your elbows to create a shell, and snuggle your shin as high onto your triceps as you can. I like to think of bringing my elbows toward my armpits, then lean forward so your weight is moving into your hands and fingers. Look forward, keep your hips high and your core strong, and as your bottom foot gets lighter on the ground, you can start to lift it and extend it behind you. Nice, so the more you reach forward, the lighter your back foot will get. And we'll end up in a forward fold, but take as much time as you need to get there. Halfway lifts, breathe in, long spine. Exhale, fold, release, sit down. That's it, Beth, yes. Another halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold, let it go. Rise to standing, arms to the sky, inhale. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Shift your weight to your left foot and bring your right foot up for your tree pose, ankle, calf, or thigh. Again, resetting that sense of balance and stability. Palms press in, or they can begin to reach up. Notice what your eyes do if you focus your gaze, your breath, how that helps your balance. Make your way to a figure four. Right ankle crosses over your left knee on the thigh. Bend into your knee, sit back like you're sitting into chair. You can stay there. It's a forward fold when you need a break, or you can start to work your hands toward your left ankle. Right hand to the ground or to a block. Left hand can press into the sole of your foot, foot back into your hand. Or work the flying pigeon, galavasana. Keep your butt really high, bring your hands way far forward. Bend your elbows, shin is high on your triceps, almost in your armpit. Look forward, reach your chest forward. The more you keep your butt lifted, the lighter your back foot will get. Engage your core, and then you can start to extend your left leg behind you. It's a tricky one. That's it, Morgan. That's it, Jen. Look more forward, chin forward. Yep, yep, yep. Forward folds to release. Shake it out. You got it, you got it. There you go. Ragdoll, hold opposite elbows. Heel toe your feet wide. Sway a little side to side. Release your hands, bring your feet back toward each other. Soften your knees, keep your tailbone heavy, and roll through your spine all the way to standing so your head is the very last thing to come up. Lift your shoulders to your ears, breathe in, exhale, roll them down your back. 3 times, so 2 more. Getting rid of some of that crunchiness. We're going to take it directly to figure 4, left ankle over your right thigh, sit back into your chair. And your option this time is to stay, that's option 1. Option 2, you can try to twist to your right, left elbow to the sole of your foot. Option 3, you can play with moving into a hummingbird or dragonfly. Hand to your foot, you can work your foot a little higher on your left tricep. Bring your hands down, step on your foot. So chaturanga arms, reach your chin, chest forward, and float your right foot out in front. You gotta be pretty open in your hips. If they're not feeling open today, or if your shoulders are not feeling strong at this moment, it may not happen. It's all good. I'll show you a different way to get into that later. And then release, forward fold. We'll do the same thing other side. Find some length, inhale. Exhale, fold, let it go. Rise to standing, arms to the sky, breathe in. Palms together in front of your heart, breathe out. Directly into your figure 4, right ankle over your left thigh. Send your hips back so it's like a chair. You probably already feel something in your hips here. You can stay or play with twisting. Right elbow toward the sole of your foot. This side doesn't feel as twisty, hang out there. If you want to move into the arm balance, hands go down. Feel free to use your left hand to kind of slide your foot up your tricep a little bit more. And then plant your palms. That's it, Alex. Look forward, press into your right foot, left leg extends. You got it. If you're sweaty, you slide. So the trick is to put a towel on your triceps, but I didn't really warn you guys to bring towels, so forward fold is your release. Always stay longer, play more if you need a little bit more in each pose. We're gonna bring it to a wide-legged forward fold. And then bring your hands between your legs. So hands between your feet and then back. See if you can bend your knees, send your butt back, hands toward your calves, and start to work your shoulders behind your knees. This may be plenty. If you want to move into firefly tithibhasana, hands either down flat, fingers point to your heels, or fists or hands on blocks. Make a shelf with your chaturanga arms so your thighs can sit on. Squeeze your inner thighs and play with floating your feet off the ground. That's it. You can cross and uncross your ankles here if your feet can reach. Nice, Alex. A seat on our butt is where we're going. That's it, that's it. And this is really balancing your butt back, your chest forward. You got it, Morgan. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Oh, yeah.
It's hard to lift my feet up.
It is hard to lift your feet. Yeah, and so tucking it back is great too. That you can always play with moving into a half crow. That's it, Jen. Lift, 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 lift. Awesome. Plop. When you find your butt down, bakasana, soles of your feet together, knees out to the sides. A little butterfly. You can move your legs a little. You can sit up tall, hinge forward with a flat back. That's it. See if you can lift your hips, Mark. Yes. Or even one forward and one back. He's got endless energy, apparently. There we go. A little grasshopper. And we're going to take it to a seated figure four, so sort of like a seated pigeon. Feet on the ground in front of you. Start to windshield wiper your legs side to side, just to release any tension in your inner thighs. This one we'll do step by step too. I'll turn sideways. So one ankle across the other thigh. This may be plenty. Sit up, find that stretch. You can always bring your chest closer to your shin, and you can always scoot your butt closer to your bottom foot for a little bit more sensation. So finding what works in your body. And I think most of you guys have right ankle crossed. So if you want to go into the arm balance from here, right, left hand behind you, reach your right arm high and take a twist to your left. So you can stay. The hardest part is getting off your butt when it's on the ground. Yep, you can kind of come onto your right toes, adjust your hands, and move into your dragonfly like that. There you go. That's it, lean forward, yes! Nice, Alex. So that one worked. Not for me, but it's all good. And then switch legs, left ankle over your right, same thing. Stay where it feels like you found your edge. You can lean your chest a little bit forward to your shin. You can scoot your butt a little bit forward to your bottom foot. Find the intensity that works. And if you played with the twist on the other side and you want to try, lean into your right hand, left arm up first, find length, and then exhale, hook your elbow outside. Hardest part is getting off your butt. So however you need to do that, hands down, kind of shimmy your right foot under. There you go. That's it, Audrey. Yep. Think chaturanga arms, step on your foot. Light on your back toes. Yeah, if you slide down, you're not too high. That's it, Beth. Really press into your foot. There you go. And then release it down. Extend both legs out in front of you. Reach your arms to the sky. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. That's it, yeah. Eventually that right elbow kind of hugs out rather than hugging in, or sort of back, not so much out. Yeah, it's cool. Just let go of what happened, what hasn't happened. We got a couple more to play with. you have no energy left, you're always welcome to take shavasana. Lift your chest. Neutralize your spine to come back up to a seat. And give your left shin a little cradle, a little hug toward your chest. So bend your left knee. Right hand can hold onto your foot, left hand to your knee, or even wrap your foot into your elbow creases. You can rock a little side to side. Stay like that. If you feel a little bit more open, left hand comes inside toward your calf. Right hand goes over the top of your foot toward the outside edge of your foot. Yep, and then see if you can tuck your left shoulder underneath. There we go. You can take this into a compass pose. So begin to straighten out your left arm or your left leg. There we go. Look underneath your right arm for a little bit of a twist and lengthen. You don't have to be in compass to be able to take the arm balance. So if you want to play, you're going to come back to center. Really use your calf muscles. So really press down with your left heel. So it's over your arms somehow. Hands can come to blocks or to the ground. Just play with leaning forward, pressing your arms straight. See if you can lift your butt. If you can lift your butt, you can do this. Cheater's way, cross your right ankle on top to start. Yep. Press down, lean forward with your chest. Straight arms, lift your butt. And then legs to the side, chaturanga arms. Send your butt back and your chest forward. That's it, that's it, that's it. She's got it. So find the little steps. Maybe it's just the lift. You've got it. Lift your butt. Lean forward with your chest. Nice. That's it, Morgan. That's it, Jen. And switch legs. A little cradle with your right shin. Rock it side to side. Blocks really helps, right? A little space away from the ground. That's option one, to stay. Option two, to go a little further. Right hand inside to your calf. Left hand over the top to the outside edge. So it's almost like a half happy baby. Start to work your knee back and tuck your shoulder underneath your knee. Cool. Without forcing anything, right hand goes long. You can begin to straighten out your right leg. Look underneath your left arm. This is compass pose, a nice twist, a pretty deep stretch, right? Stay here or begin to bend your knee. Press down through your heels. So you're using your calf muscle to squeeze your arm. Palms flat. First try that little lift. Can you lift your butt off the ground? Are your wrists still strong enough to do that? And then you can cross your ankle. Lift. Lean forward, chaturanga arms. The other one you can do, I don't know what it's called, but it's sort of like a elephant trunk, where you lift with your leg out in front. So keep your left leg extended out in front instead of bent. Yep. And then cross your left ankle on top when you're ready to go out to the side. So left ankle over your right foot. There you go. There you go. And then chaturanga, chest forward, butt back. Reach your legs. Of course, we're doing this at the end, and our bodies are like, I don't think so. That's it, Jen. Press, yep. There you go. Keep lifting. Sometimes there's that splat where we just collapse down to the ground. Awesome. And then find your way to hands and knees. Let's give our wrists a little bit of love. So turn your fingers out and back, thumbs out to the sides. See if that feels okay. You can move around a little bit here. You can do both at the same time or one at a time. If that's cool and you want to go a little further, you can flip your palms up. Fingers pointing toward your knees. I like to lean a little bit back for more, or lean forward for a little bit less of a sensation, stretch through my forearms. And then if you want to do that little forearm massage, coming back to hands and knees, you're going to think opposite forearm in front of the opposite knee. So left forearm down in front of your right knee, palm faces up. Pick up your knee and give yourself a massage. As much or as little pressure as you want, it's your body weight. And switch sides when it feels right. When that's done, take a moment in child's pose, balasana, to just reset your breath. Lengthen your spine. And check in. Notice how you feel now. You can stay here, or you can do one last inversion, the king of all poses, headstand. We played, I think, a few of us with tripod, so if you want to do a supported headstand, it's similar coming into your forearm stand. You can start hands and knees and bring your forearms down to your mat. So again, elbows wider than your shoulders is going to be a little bit tougher and put more stress on your muscles, require you to use more strength and maybe cause potential injury. So think of elbows in. You can find that size by hands to elbows. And then hands either interlaced. I prefer stacked, so I feel like I can let go of my hands if I need to. If you're feeling really brave, do it at the back of your mat and practice forward rolling out like a little kid. You're tucking your chin, you're rolling out so it's comfortable if you fall. If you don't want to do that, totally cool. Are you going to forward roll for us?
Oh, do you want?
No, you don't have to.
I can, because it ends up happening on accident, but I get to go up first, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's usually more what happens than actually getting into it.
Yeah, watch those blocks. Thank you. And then you're tucking and rolling. Oh, she went over. Yeah, and you can tuck into a little ball and go over. So once you're warm, it's not as scary to fall. If you're not warm and you fall into a back bend or tuck and roll into a little somersault, that can be scary. If you can, try to use a lot of core strength to come up. So walk your feet as close as you can to your forearms, and then stack your hips over your shoulders. Melody, do you want to spot? Playing with it? Totally. Yeah, and then in a little ball, you can start to reach your legs up. These guys are awesome in doing all kinds of funky variations, legs wide. That's it, Morgan. Think of more a little ball. I'm going to come stand behind you. Hips over shoulders. Perfect. You got it. And then legs to the sky. Feet can go a little further back. And imagine, right, you're lifting through your legs. You're not dumping into your neck. Try to press more into your forearms and lift your shoulders out of your ears. If you feel you're going to fall, either tuck and roll or knees to chest back into your little ball, and that protects your neighbors from potential dominoes. We're all friends here. Child's pose is a really nice break. Yep. And then see how your legs kind of hang out. Yeah. Give them purpose. Reach them to the sky, and they'll feel a little bit stronger than rather just, I'm in the air. I'm right behind you. You don't want to get kicked if you're adjusting someone. So think of knees together first, butt up. There you go. A little bit better?
Yeah, it's
feet.
Like, I think it's just actually getting them up.
Oh yeah.
It's
a lot of core strength and some back strength, right? To bring your hips over your shoulders. You could go even a little further back. Is she about lined up, Morgan? Yeah. Sweet. And then try bringing your knees back down with control. Bend your knees. Yep, yep, yep. Breathe, 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 breathe. You're building that core strength just by coming up and down like that too. Awesome. Yeah, any stretches you like. From child's pose, thread the needle, rabbit pose. Notice what your body's asking for. So good, Beth. Yeah, we're gonna make our way eventually to shavasana, but pigeon is nice from here. Get it back into your hips a little. What other stretches is your body requesting? What else would feel good before you let everything go? Something we didn't get to, a pose you wanna go back to and try again. Take as much time as you need to finish out your practice. And gently find your way to shavasana if you're not yet there in the next couple minutes. We'll take a good 10-minute shavasana. If you find that you're getting distracted by thoughts, bring your awareness to your breath. So notice the natural quality of your inhales, your exhales. And feel free to give yourself a little guided relaxation. Talk to yourself and move from your toes all the way up to the crown of your head. With each body part that you bring your awareness to, tell it to relax and allow it to relax. Especially when we do a long practice. Super important to take enough time to reset. To relax and rest in shavasana. It's been about 5 minutes, so if your body needs more, stay here a little bit longer. I can tell you when it's been 10 minutes. If you feel ready to move, start with a deeper breath and small, gentle movements. For those of you ready to close your practice, with your eyes closed, carefully find your way to a seated position. And for the rest of you, just stay in shavasana a little bit longer. Sit up tall when you get there. No rush if you're still resting or moving. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. And take a moment to acknowledge yourself for trying new things, taking risks today, physically and mentally. And again, finding that inversion or arm balance that's sort of your goal, your dream to get into, and visualize you doing it in your head. You're already there. We'll close with the sound of Om. So take a big breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. Another deep breath in, and then join me. Feel free to hang out here a little longer. As you're ready to leave, bow, honor yourself. Namaste. Good? Cool. It's been about 10 minutes for the more shavasana people. Take your time, get up. All right, nice job, guys. If you've ever considered doing a yoga teacher training, want to go on a really fun yoga retreat, or simply want to deepen your practice, check out the website for all of our upcoming events and send me an email for more information.